When I was first getting into making money online, I felt like there was endless amounts of opportunities, but at the same time, there was limited amount of opportunities and actual people getting results. And it felt like to a certain extent, the people that were making more than $10,000 a month or 20, 30, 50, $100,000 a month, a lot of them, they look like they were making all their money from teaching other people how to make over $10,000 a month. So it becomes very confusing when you're getting started as a complete beginner in understanding opportunity and breaking past this mysterious $10,000 a month online metric. And so inside of this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I finally broke past $10,000 a month online and how I was able to scale past multiple seven figures through my businesses. And what it breaks down to is three components. If you understand these three components, you'll be able to breeze by $10,000 a month and you'll be able to explode. For me, when I was first looking into this, I kept running into wall after wall, but the final breakthrough came to the point when I had all of these ducks in a line and I had nothing in my way anymore other than just simply doing the work that was going to allow me to break past $10,000 a month. And actually, how I went from this is I was making $3,000 to $4,000 a month, and then applying these frameworks, the next month I did 9,000, and then the next month after that I hit $18,000 a month, and then the following month I hit $42,000 a month, and then from there I went and traveled to Bali, Indonesia. I bought back a lot of my time, and I was able to finally live the life. And this was just over 4 years ago. And so these same tactics and strategies I'm going to show you have worked for countless amount of other people as well that I have taught through the way that I figured it out. There's a lot of different ways maybe that have worked for other people, but this is the way that I figured it out. And I found out that works best for myself and for beginners. And so let's jump into my computer. Okay. So what it really boils down to on this pie chart that I made over here is these three things. These three things are something that is biologically what we are equipped with as human beings since the dawn of time, since we were cavemen. And so it only makes sense that this is going to really allow us to reach the height of making over $10,000 a month. So first things first is that we seriously are social beings. And ultimately, if you boil it down, what is the main reason that we are trying to get to a point of making, let's say, let me get rid of this little E here, of getting to a point where we're trying to make more than $10,000 a month, is it brings down to like social and status. Because at the end of the day, $10,000 a month doesn't really do anything for you other than it's a resource, it's a tool. Money is just money. It's not like money is able to feed us. It's not like it's food. It's not like it's shelter, but it is something that allows us to be able to get these things, and then it allows us to also be able to get us it in a aspect of luxury. In reality, you can get all your basic needs for less than $1,000 a month. You just need a tent and you just need food. Now, obviously, that's not like very modern, I would say, but our ancestors are used to doing that. So really, at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to social and what it is that our world is currently. And so if we can hack biologically how we are and how we operate as human beings, then we can really get to making whatever amount of money that we really want to make. And this has allowed me to make millions of dollars a year. And this is going to allow you, or be what's going to allow you to get to $10,000 a month, plus, as it has for many people that I have worked with personally. And so what it boils down to is, first of all, community. So if you think about it, if you are surrounded by a bunch of people that are doing nothing with their lives, and let's say all working at Walmart and smoking weed and playing video games all day, the odds of you becoming one of these people that is smoking weed and not making any money and working at Walmart and living paycheck to paycheck is obviously that is who you are going to be. Dan Pena says, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future." You really have to ask yourself, who are your friends and what is your community? So by simply just putting yourself into another community will ultimately unlock the ability for you to view finances and generating an income and getting past $10,000 a month as a walk in the park. Let's say that all of your friends are making $300,000 a month. If you are somebody like, in order to be friends with these people, you need to be making over $300,000 a month. And if you're not making that, you're probably going to get there really quickly if all your conversations consist of making money and this strategy or this tactic or this guy that you met in some random place and how he got to $300,000 a month, or how he got to $10 million a year or $10 million a month. And so you guys are talking about business all day. and you guys are all just sitting around sharing these different mindsets and all these things that you learned on how to make money. If you're surrounded by this and this is what your world is and this is what you do all day, then it is only natural that you're going to be somebody of a higher net worth. And so the first thing that I always try to do or try to instill into people when they're getting started, because this is like a long play, is to start trying to surround yourself and try to start networking with people that are on a similar journey with you. Either they're where you want to be and they've done and been the person that you want to be, or they're on a same mission as you and they're at the same stage in their process, or three, someone that has the mindset but is just getting started. When you surround yourself with these three different types of people, slowly you'll start to build yourself a network of a bunch of people that are in your community that are all doing big things. One of the biggest investments that you can possibly make is the people that are in your life. I have so many people that I met 5 years ago when I was first getting started, and then now they're all doing. Some of them are doing like $300,000 a month. Some of them have been on Netflix shows. Some of them have gone and open up a bunch of franchises or own a bunch of real estate, or they go travel the world and do a bunch of cool stuff and meet a bunch of cool people. And so this investment that I made into myself and my community, or I guess the people that I know, has multiplied tenfold. As I started to know more people, I started to know more people and have more people in my network. So having a community is something that's very strong. So the next pillar of getting like blowing past where you want to go is finding people, as I mentioned a little bit with community, finding people that have been exactly where you want to be that are similar to you or have been in a similar situation as yourself. And we call these mentors are essentially they're everywhere. You can find them all the time. It's from they could be your uncle, they could be somebody that you found on the internet, on Twitter, they could be someone that you met on YouTube and they may have some sort of system or program where you can be a little bit closer to them. Or they could be, that you meet at some restaurant and they take you under your wing and show you exactly how to do things. These are people that have 5, 10, 20, 50 years of experience ahead of you. So for me, I immediately seek people that have gone exactly where I'm trying to go. And as soon as I surrounded myself with these mentors, I was able to really explode my knowledge and really understand what's ahead of me. This has saved me like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. This has also saved me like years and years of experience. The thing is, if someone's been doing something for over 10 years, they can tell you all of the expertise that you need to know in the span of a couple hours that it took them 10 years to learn. And you can like, learn all the cliff notes and understand like a good 80% of everything and kind of chunk everything and get a good life experience. So for me, I am always seeking mentors. I am always seeking these people. Like I said, these can come in the form of people that have a fee that they charge. Like I just paid someone 10 grand to show me how to build out this kind of like little membership thing that I'm building here. I've also hired people that help me build out sales team. I've hired people that help me build out production teams. I've hired people that showed me how to develop content strategies. Over the past 5 years, I've invested well over $100,000 into these different mentors. And then I've also gotten a lot of them for free as well. First of all, I'm always like, if there's a price to pay, I'd always rather pay that. It's just, it's simple. But sometimes not everybody takes money. Sometimes it takes being in the right room. Sometimes it involves donating to a similar cause. Sometimes it involves, putting yourself in the same rooms as these people. For me, a lot of times I'll be in an environment of a lot of wealthy, successful people. And by just not naturally being in these environments, I start to meet people that are years and leagues ahead of me. And I recognize that being only 24, 25 years old, I'm able to recognize that these people have so much more experience than I do. And they can tell me exactly what I need to do, what I need to avoid, and help me get closer to my vision. And the way I do this is I hang out at different coffee shops at different resorts. I do this by traveling often and staying in nicer areas in town and just going to different places. I also find them by going to local events that happen in my area. I try to go to one of those, try to go once a month at least if I can. I do this by, also having friends that kind of recommend me over to people and finding them. I find them in sometimes in Facebook groups. It's really all over the place. So after I find it, like once I have a community and once I have mentorships, now the next thing really boils down to your opportunities. So I will say let's say there's 3 different tiers when it comes to opportunities. So there's like a tier 1, there's a tier 2 opportunity, and there's a tier 3 opportunity. What I will say is tier 3 opportunities are not the best when it comes to getting to your first $10,000 a month. And so if we were to break these down, you always want to try to find the tier 1 opportunities. Tier one, a lot of times, is not a real business, but instead, it's something where you're able to find like a middleman type of way of making money. So something like this could be drop shipping. Something that else is like a tier one business could be repurposing content. You can also do this by starting up like a lot of agencies. They don't cost any money to get started. The way that I do it is by building automated YouTube channels. These things, you can do it in a way where you're writing a script, doing a voiceover, and then you're making a video editing and producing the video with video editing. You can do all of this for less than like $100 easily. Like the work is where it's at, but the opportunity is there's so many channels on YouTube that are making over $10,000 a month. So these are business models that cost no money to get started. No, I'm not going to really try to draw this out too hard. They cost no money to get started. And these are things that can easily get you to $10,000 a month. And so now the thing is, these are always moving, they're always adapting. And so this opportunity is very what's working right now. These are perfect for a beginner. Things like flipping stuff too is in that category. So you want to find a tier one opportunity. Tier three opportunity is something that costs massive investment, massive amount of dollars, and then also a massive amount of knowledge. And I would say like a tier two opportunity requires one or the other. So either massive knowledge, large amounts of knowledge, or money. So you want to find when you're getting started something that is it doesn't require a lot of knowledge. It's very beginner friendly. And then on top of that, it is something that doesn't require a lot of upfront capital. And then when you're trying to get past that, when you're trying to try to make some consistent income that doesn't require a lot of work, something that's more of a bit of a digital asset there, you need either massive amounts of knowledge or massive amounts of money. I've started many businesses where you can provide sweat equity up front and you can work with somebody that is able to fund the financial side, or vice versa. Maybe you have the money that you've saved up from, your job or from these tier one opportunities. And instead, of the knowledge, you pay somebody that has the knowledge and then they're able to show you the opportunity. And then tier three, this is a lot of like software companies. These are companies that require capital to get started and things that are a little bit more intensive. And so what I see a lot of people is they try to go for these tier three opportunities, things that are like really difficult to get into. And it takes them substantially longer to get to the point where they're making money. And a lot of times they run out of money and they lose their lives. I think the big issue here is that Shark Tank really shows people how to build these tier three opportunities. Most people, they go and invent a product, they go and sell it, and they go and do this for years. And then they go and try to do a big sell off and try to acquire a shark in their business. And everybody starts to think that's what business is. And it really messes everybody up. Everybody's trying to chase these tier three opportunities. Versus I know many people, and I've helped many people get to where they're making $30,000, $40,000 a month without any sort of money and then just exchanged for their time and their energy. And then slowly they start to gain their knowledge and then they're able to use their knowledge to leverage greater and greater opportunities. And they're also able to leverage their money over time as well. And soon they're really able to build these tier three opportunities. So what you need to do is move down the ladder when you're getting started. Because like I said, if you start trying to go for these tier three opportunities, it's going to take you exponentially more time in order to get started. As soon as I got these three things, that is what was allowed me to really be able to explode my income and get exactly to where I was trying to get, which is this $10,000 a month that everybody talks about. And it really is a number that once you are able to get past that point with making money online, you're able to really start to establish yourself. You're really able to decide what is it that exactly that you like. And as we talked about, developing tier two or tier three opportunities and being able to jump into those. And then you're able to really start getting a lot of your time back. So when you're trying to break through, always start looking at your friends and your circle and start looking around. Jump on social media. You can start easily developing these masterminds. I even developed myself some mastermind groups as time was going on, where I just found other people and created my own community that were on a similar mission to me. And then next, you want to go find mentors, people that have been where you want to go. They have done it before, time and time again, or they've even helped a lot of people. That's even better. You go exactly where you're trying to go and you hire them. And then last but not least is finding an opportunity that is able to suit you and where you're at, and starting with an opportunity that is able to match the resources that you have. So it may be if you have a little bit of some resources or some knowledge and there's a business opportunity that aligns with that, then jump into one of those. But if you're completely getting started, you got to get a little bit creative. Don't try to go for the big Shark Tank sell off. I see too many people doing that, and that's just going to cost way more time than what it's worth. And so that's what I got. Make sure to subscribe. Also, we're doing a little giveaway. So make sure to comment down below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.